John Locke is a man defined by faith and by heartbreak. In ABC's Lost, he's the hunter, the believer, and the man who sees purpose in chaos. But beneath the knives, the survival skills, and the calm smile is a lifetime of betrayal, loss, and unfulfilled promise. This is not just the story of a tragic character. This is the story of a man who died believing he was nothing when all he ever wanted was to be something. To truly understand how John Locke is a tragic character, we must start at the very beginning. John Locke's story began in violence. His mother, just 16, was struck by a car while pregnant. Locke was born 3 months premature, tiny, fragile, and given almost no chance of survival. Yet, he lived. Throughout the hospital, nurses whispered that he was a miracle.
Please! His name is John!
But miracles don't last. When his mother learned that he was healthy enough to be taken out of his incubator, she abandoned him, and his father vanished before even knowing his name. Locke spent his childhood shuffling through foster homes, longing for a family, clinging to the smallest scraps of belonging. One day, a stranger appeared, a mysterious man named Richard Alpert. He showed Locke a set of objects, a compass, a knife, a book of laws, and a vial of sand. He told Locke to choose what was already his. Locke reached for the knife, and Richard's smile faded. "You're not ready." It was the first time someone told John Locke he wasn't enough, and it would not be the last. Locke grew up chasing dreams that seemed forever out of reach. He was bright, fascinated by science, but his peers mocked him. He wanted to play sports, but was told it wasn't possible. Over and over, Locke heard the same words, "You can't." And over, he defied them with a mantra that would define his life.
Don't tell me what I can't do!
As an adult, Locke's birth mother tracked him down and found him working in a grocery store. After she tells him that his birth father is still out there, he hires a private investigator to track him down, and after some time, he comes face to face with his birth father. That father, Anthony Cooper, welcomed him warmly. They hunted together, laughed together. For the first time, Locke felt like he belonged. And then, Cooper told Locke he was dying and needed a kidney. Locke just happened to be a perfect match, and like the kind-hearted person he is, gave it to his father without hesitation. The surgery was a success, but the next day, his father was gone. No calls, no visits, no thank you, just an empty hospital bed, and a hole in Locke's life where trust used to be.
He pretended to love me just long enough to steal my kidney because he had to have a transplant. And then he dropped me back in the world like a piece of trash, just like he did on the day that I was born. You want your damn $30 back? I want my kidney back.
Years later, Locke met Helen, a woman who loved him for who he was. But Locke couldn't let go of his father. He sat outside Cooper's house for hours, days, waiting for closure that never came. Helen begged him to move on, but when he couldn't, she walked away. Anthony Cooper returned one last time, only to finish breaking him.
"I know what I did to you was wrong. You stole my kidney. I was dying. You could have asked me. You could have just asked me."
In an elaborate con, Cooper lured Locke to a high rise and pushed him out of an 8th-story window. Locke should have died. Instead, he woke up in a hospital, paralyzed from the waist down, and was told by numerous doctors that he would never walk again. Time passes and Locke books a walkabout tour in Australia, a journey into the wilderness to prove he was still capable, believing it was destiny. When the tour leader saw his wheelchair, Locke was denied.
Look, I've been preparing for this for years. Just put me on the bus right now. I can do this.
No, you can't.
On the return trip, he found himself aboard Oceanic Flight 815. A few hours into the trip, the plane tore apart in the sky, hurtling towards the Pacific Ocean. And when Locke opened his eyes on the island, he could walk. It was more than a miracle. It was destiny.
I want to tell you that you're special. Very special. You're part of a design. You do realize that, don't you? That our meeting, me finding you, this is a sign of things to come.
From that moment, Locke believed the island had chosen him. He hunted boar, crafted shelter, and taught others how to survive. He saw visions, heard whispers from the island, and followed their signs. Where others saw danger, Locke saw purpose. But his faith was a double-edged sword. It led him to the hatch, convinced that opening it was the island's will. In his obsession, he dragged Boone into a mission that cost him his life. Boone's death haunted Locke. But when the island spoke again, he listened. This belief in the island being some higher being led to conflict between him and the appointed group leader, Jack. Jack, being a man of science, found it almost impossible to understand how Locke could see any kind of purpose in them being stranded on the island.
Why do you find it so hard to believe?
Why do you find it so easy?
It's never been easy!
When they open the hatch, Locke wants to push the button in the Swan station because he sees it as a matter of faith. Jack sees it as an absurd superstition, until the possibility of catastrophe forces him into participating. Locke continually tries to make Jack believe, but Jack is wary of blind faith. As time passes, Locke becomes convinced they should stay on the island, while Jack is determined to get everyone rescued.
An island, John. No one needs to protect it.
It's not an island. It's a place where miracles happen.
Locke's devotion made him a perfect pawn. The leader of the others, Ben Linus, fed him just enough truth to keep him loyal, while using him to sabotage rescue efforts, even convincing him to destroy the submarine that could have taken them home. Ben told Locke he was special, that the island wanted him, that he could be a leader, and Locke believed it. But the island's secrets remained hidden, and Ben's respect was an illusion. When Locke became inconvenient, Ben shot him and left him to die.
Well, I certainly hope he helps you, John.
Locke survived, but the cracks in his faith deepened. Visions stopped, allies drifted away. Even when he rose to lead the others, the island seemed silent. Desperate, Locke left the island to bring back the Oceanic Six. He believed that this was his destiny, but every one of them turned him away. Alone, humiliated, and convinced his life had no meaning, Locke prepared to hang himself. That's when Ben appeared, kind, sympathetic, telling Locke his death would serve a greater purpose. Locke trusted him one last time, and in return, Ben wrapped a cord around his neck and ended his life. John Locke died believing he was a failure, but the truth is more complicated. He was a man who wanted to believe in something bigger than himself, and the island used that belief until there was nothing left of him.
Don't tell me what I can't do!
He lived by those words. He died by them. John Locke's journey is a reminder that even the strongest faith can be both a gift and a weapon. He was a man who survived betrayal, heartbreak, and loss only to find hope in a place no one else could see. And even if the island twisted his story, his fight to matter still inspires. Who do you think is a tragic TV character? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into TV shows, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss what's next. And I'll see you next time.